questions.
No, they're
You didn't study, did you?
This is Chris Rivera, Pops Blue Jay, here at 8 Ups Taco in East Moline, Kennedy and Avenue of Cities. They have good food, man. Just come in and enjoy a meal, support this establishment. I'm here talking to John Perez and Joe Marino, and we're going to talk about how it became the Firecracker Run. If you know, from the Quad Cities, and you know on 4th of July, there is a Firecracker Run downtown East Moline. And if you don't, get out from underneath that rock and come on and enjoy everything. I'm going to start out here with John Perez. John, in 1982, when you started, how did it become an event like this? What made you, or what drove you to start the event?
Well, back then I was doing a lot of road races, enjoying myself, and running was just a way to let off steam and relax, and we always had the 4th of July parade here in East Moline, and we had a great fireworks going on at Soul Bowl and band competition, and I thought, well, why not have something in the morning and make it an all-day affair? So at the time I was working with the Junior Panther football, and as a help fund that, I thought, well, maybe we could raise some money for that and have dual purpose. Raise money for this and give something to the community and build East Moline awareness. I love East Moline.
Yeah. And you're from Moline, but the restaurant was originally downtown East Moline, right?
Right. We grew up in East Moline. We grew up in East Moline and moved to Moline in the 70s, but yes, I consider East Moline my hometown.
Your first committee, how many people did you have that helped you?
Maybe three. Maybe three.
And how many runners was there the first year?
I think it was 750.
Yeah. Okay. And what year did you? How many years did you serve or on the committee to run?
I think it was 8 years. I think it was 8.
8 years, and then after that you passed it on to Joe.
To Joe, yes.
This is Joe Marino, and Joe, once you took over, did you keep the same committee or did you add to it?
I tried. I added to it, and one person that's remained consistent from day one when Johnny started it is our dear friend Marcia Lentz, who happens to be her birthday today.
Yeah.
So Marcia's been with us. She doesn't know this, but she's going to know when she sees this. I want to acknowledge Johnny and Marcia race morning. If they can be there, and if they can't, I've got a little special gift for them. But I know Marcia will be there, and it's her 40th year working with the event, and she's just an amazing person. And the success of the Firecracker Run is because of people like Marcia. I surround myself with good people, and we work hard and make it happen.
Now, on the route, is it the same that John had? Or
it's never changed. It's never changed. We've made a couple minor tweaks, and for example, this year, because of the construction on Archer Drive and Breezy Hollow, we're tweaking a little bit the 10K route, but like the 5K route, that's never changed for 40 years. It's been the same.
Yeah, and it's mostly flat until you get to IH Credit Union, you have a little incline.
Yeah.
And by then, you either know you're in shape or you're in bad shape.
Yeah.
So, and all the years that you have done this race, was there any serious accidents or any?
No, I've been blessed. I know there was a fatality when Johnny was organizing it, out of his control, but you just rely on people to be in condition to do this, whether they run or walk, and it can happen to anybody, anytime, and it did happen. But thank God it hasn't happened under my watch, and I know it's inevitable with all the races that I organize that it's bound to happen.
Right. Now, the day or the day before the run, how many volunteers do you have?
Well, we have about 250 volunteers total, and yeah, it's, you know, we and most of them, for the most part, all come back every year. The thing about this race is because it's on a holiday, it's become a tradition, you know, and families come home and they get together and you just see it year after year. It's the same families and the generations that have come and gone, you know, so it's fun.
Right. Now, John, when you attend the run and stuff like that, you look back at the success that you're given to Joe Marino and just be proud of the community coming together?
Definitely. I definitely feel proud of the race and how Joe has taken it to high levels, you know, just unbelievable. And, you know, it just gives me some satisfaction. I had a little part in playing in that.
Oh, a little bit.
Something to help add to East Moline, you know. And like I say, you know, it just, you know, love to see the flags downtown.
Right.
I love to see those colors going, you know. It just.
Now, when you started out, did you have any part of the city, ordinance, the police department? Were they all
No, actually, Bill Ford was one of the guys that I worked real close with. He kind of took care of crowd control, traffic control, and he was a big part of it. And the police benevolent, you know, they really stepped up and helped us. Without them, we wouldn't be where we're at.
Good. That's nice to hear. Joe, for the last couple of years, I've been going to American Legion in the morning pancakes. Now, did that start out with you, John, or
No.
did that start out with you?
Yeah, we incorporated that with you know, as Johnny mentioned, the police is very involved with this event, and I wanted to incorporate the fire department. So I met with them and said, you know, what can we do? Well, let's have a pancake breakfast. And the beauty is, I don't have to organize that. They oversee it. They take care of it all. It's a great little pancake breakfast for folks that morning, and it raises money for their cause. They have different causes and purposes, but it's all good because anytime you can add more elements to a successful nucleus, it blossoms and you're involving more of the community. So you might have people coming down to the breakfast that have nothing to do with the race,
Right.
and that's okay. That's good.
Right. Yeah, you bring the community together
Yeah.
for something that's meaningful.
Yeah.
Well, much success, and I really appreciate you giving me this opportunity. I'm really emotional because, John, this is my 40th and last year of running. I have bad feet, and I can't do maybe walk next year, but I want to thank you.
Thank you for doing it, you know. Be part of it.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks for the opportunity, and hope to see everybody out there on July 4th. And I'd like to put a little plug in for Johnny. I know he doesn't like the limelight, but running has been a big part of my life, my whole life. But race directing has opened many doors for me in the community. And I never would have been involved with the marathon or the Freedom Run or these other races that I do if it wasn't for the Firecracker Run. And I'll never forget, I have a terrible memory, but I went to Johnny many years ago and said, Johnny, I'd like to start a new race. I want to raise money for this little park. And I walked out of Johnny's house with his race. I think he saw it in my eyes that I had the passion, right?
That's right. You had the passion.
I had no
And
knowledge.
You still have the passion.
No, I got it, but I had no knowledge. But you walked me through those first few years.
Now, the park that you were talking about, that's Runner's Park, right?
No, that's the park I'm talking about is just below Kennedy Drive. That little park below Kennedy Drive and 17th Avenue. we lived near there, and the park was in disarray, and they were taking equipment out, but they weren't replacing it. So I thought, well, I'm going to raise some money for that park. But you speak of Runners Park, and just a little plug there. I mean, thanks to the Firecracker Run, the Genesis Firecracker Run, we've been able to do a lot of good community, tangible improvements in the community that years later you can say the Firecracker did that, the Firecracker built that, and Runners Park is a perfect example. We donated that to the city last year, and it's because of the Firecracker Run.
Now, back in 1985,
82.
82 when it started, what was the price? How much did it cost to park?
$5.
$5.
$5.
I remember the first year. I ran bandit. I ran bandit. You know, back then you could just run, just to run,
Sure.
and then donate whatever you can. $5. Now, Joe, this is a big question, man.
I know what's coming.
How much does it cost now?
I'm embarrassed to say it's $30, $35 now. But you know, and not that you didn't back then, but Chris, what you put into it, the fee covers so much.
Exactly.
The insurance, the foods, the security, the course security, the perks. This year it's our 40th anniversary, and you get this, and I have it in my car, I should have brought it, this big beautiful Firecracker towel, besides the nice t-shirt, besides the nice finisher's medal, and besides the awesome post-race party. All of that, it costs money, and you know, in the end, it's like, do you believe in the cause that we're doing with this race? Reinvesting in the community.
Right.
So that's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
See, you know, back then in the 80s, races were not expensive. You know,
No,
they were all cheap.
Yeah.
You know, inexpensive. But, you know, and us just starting out, you know, we don't know if anybody's going to come or not. You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, I remember making our race form and drawing this little stick character, and I figured the printer would make them. Well, it came out as a stick runner, and I thought, oh boy, you know, just, but you know, and everything was a learning experience for me doing that, because you know, a few people told me a few things, but you lived and learned as you went on the job training.
You learn from your mistakes.
And then you go to other races and see what they're doing.
Right.
And can I add this? Or how is this going to do it? How can I do this?
Yeah, there's many races where I've gone and ran and then came back and either told my nephew Matt or told Joe that, hey, you know, they're doing this, they're adding this to it. I remember back when Bob Savannah was the race director for Our Lady of Guadalupe, and the father didn't want to have free beer for the runners, so there was a decline in the runners. And I think that, you know, that's a plus for some communities that don't believe in drinking, but a lot of days now, runners run just to socialize and drink and have a good time.
You know, the thing about beer at a post-race party, you're not forcing it on anybody.
Right.
As long as you provide the other refreshments that they might like and prefer, you've got everything covered. So it's not all about the drinking or that. It's about the whole experience.
Right.
You know, and I look at it as the run is one part, but the post-race party is another part, and they complement each other.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so.
And then you see old friends that you haven't seen in years. And then you got Hy-Vee that sponsors your.
No, we get food from Jewel right here in East Moline.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Jewel. And back in the day, the same thing. Did you have refreshments?
We had refreshments, but you know, I wasn't one that went out and ask. I would go out and buy it. You know, and just a lot of it still came out of the pocketbook. You know, I just, you know, I was trying to give and trying to build something.
Right.
You know, and
did you make any money back then?
a little bit, not much. And then we split it. Whatever the profits were, we split between us and the benevolent.
Right.
You know, 50-50, and just, you know, I just, was okay. You know.
What, Joe? What do you think in the future? What's going on?
Oh, well, I just want to, I'm not a big advocate of we want to be bigger. It's not about being bigger.
Right.
It's about being better and continuing the tradition of a good experience.
Right.
If we stay where we're at around 3,000, over 3,000 runners, I'm good with that. I'm really good with that. It pays the bills, the mortgage we have at Runners Park,
Right.
and we have perks and incentives for the runners, and I'm good with that. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Great family event. Great family event.
It is.
Well, gentlemen, I really appreciate it, and to all the runners and walkers that are going to do it this year, please hydrate. And it's going to be hot.
Yeah.
And if it's not hot, then you still got to hydrate. And God bless you guys. Much success in your business here at Adolph's Taco Moline, and your directing. I know you direct 3 or 4 other races, and just keep on plugging, man. Just keep on doing it. And,
Thanks, Chris.
the community will support you and back you up every year.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.